Okay. Okay, I think I'm live. This is the first time I've done a live on YouTube, so I'm hoping this works. There is a live chat, so if you guys can hear me and you can see me and it's all gravy, hit me up and let me know in the live chat. But I think we're good. I think we're good. Hang on a second. Bear with me for just 1 sec. I'm just going to do a little test to make sure that we are good to go. Cool. Okay. I think we're good to go. Amazing. I'm going to do a little test on here to make sure that we are all up and running. Do. 1 second. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm back. I just want to make sure that we're all good. Can you see me? Aaron's just in my room right now, making sure that you guys can see. It says there's people watching. It says we're all good. Are we good? Okay, we're good. I'm like, this is the thanks, Aaron. I love you. This is the first time I've done this, so wasn't sure. Okay, amazing. Yay! So if you are here and you're listening, just type that you're here in the live chat so I know. For those of you who took the time out of your day today to hang out with me, thank you so much. I'm so excited. I know I was getting a lot of emails today saying that you guys are showing up, so I'm super excited to have you here. Thank you. Taking an hour and a little bit out of your day to work on yourself and invest in learning how to overcome your battle with food. That's a big deal. And so I really appreciate you being here. My intention for this hour is to give you as much information, as much help, as much support as possible to help you end the battle with food in your body. And so throughout the live, if you do have any questions on anything I'm saying at all, please just type them in the chat box or put them in the comments and let me know. I want to be able to answer everything that you want to talk about. So for those of you who don't know who I am or have never, maybe you stumbled across this, I don't know, maybe in an email or whatever it was. My name's Samantha, and I'm the founder of Hungry for Happiness. And so my whole mission, my whole thing is to help revolutionize the weight loss industry by helping people identify the emotional weight that they're carrying versus attacking the physical weight through dieting, exercise restriction, which obviously leads to binge eating, which is probably why you're here. And for the last couple of years, I've been running Hungry for Happiness. So I started about 3 years ago. I've asked you guys, I've asked my community, how do you best like to consume my content? And everyone has said video. So I'm starting my channel. So today is like the launch of the channel, which is so freaking exciting for me. I love doing video. I just love connecting with you guys through video. So if you're new here to this channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button and tap the little bell so you know when I drop a new video, when I release a new video, you'll get a notification. And so those are going to be coming out every single Thursday. I'm going to be doing videos. So the first one we're doing is going to be coming out on the 16th. Yep, the 16th, which is next Thursday. So if you're new to my community, thank you for being here. If you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, and I'll be giving you guys high value content constantly. My intention as well is to create content for you. So if there's anything that you do want me to do a video on that you can think of, if you're struggling with something in your life and you're like, oh, I really want to know how to do that or learn how to do that. My intention is to just allow this channel to be the go-to place for people who struggle with binge eating and overeating and restriction and dieting and all that kind of stuff. And so I want you to know, if you're here and you have issues with food, you're so so not alone. You know, it's so beautiful for someone to just say, hey, I'm struggling with the relationship I have to food in my body right now, and I need help. And my intention is to show you that you don't need to suffer with it anymore. We live in a world where we're constantly told to put, you know, Band-Aids on bullet wounds with dieting, and we are stuck in this cycle of like diet binge, and we can't seem to get out of it. And so I want you to know what you're experiencing right now is so common. I'm not going to say it's normal, because it's not the normal way that we should live. We should be able to use food for health and hunger, but it's very common. And so a lot of my women feel a lot of shame, a lot of guilt. You know, they want to socially isolate. They don't want to talk about it. And I totally get it. I was there for years. It's like, you don't want to admit that you have this issue. You don't want to admit that you have a problem, whatever it is. And I just want you to know that the quicker you admit it to yourself, the easier it is to get over. And so I just want to like take down the the scariness, I guess. Is scariness even a word? I don't know. It is now, of admitting it to yourself, because the second we do that and we're like, hey, I'm dealing with this thing, it's creating a lot of stress in my life and I feel really shameful and guilty for it. The moment we do that, we can start actually healing it. If we are in denial and we're lying to ourselves and whatever it is, it's really hard to do that. And I'm guessing the reason why you're here is because you're like, I've been struggling with this for my entire life, or however long it is, 20, 30, 40 years, and I'm finally done. And age doesn't matter in this conversation. Our youngest client is, 17. I've worked with a girl who was 17, and the oldest one has been 74 years old. So, this issue with like food and body, it does not discriminate against age whatsoever. I'll give you a little backstory on me, especially for those people who have no idea who I am. I grew up as an actress and a dancer, and I was in that world of acting and dancing, and when I got out of that when I was 18 years old, that's when I started to have a really unhealthy relationship with food. I don't know if anyone has heard of the cabbage soup diet, when you just eat literally shitloads of cabbage and like pray you lose weight. That was like the first kick of my dieting career. That was the first time I was like, okay, I need to end this battle. And so I just started obsessing over dieting, and I was on over 50 diets in less than 4 years. For those of you who've read my book, you'll know the struggle. I call it my diet depression days, when I literally could not eat like a normal person at all. I was just like so obsessed with everything. Like I couldn't handle myself around food. I would like restrict and overeat. Like every single Sunday night I was like on, bloody Instagram or whatever it was at that time, looking for like the next diet. And I've literally done every single freaking diet in the entire world, like every single one, multiple times, because my story was like, I just need to try harder, I need to force more, I don't even have enough willpower. It's like we're conditioned to think that it's like it's our fault, it's like something's wrong with us, and that's not the case. It's not. Dieting is a broken model, and it's like the whole weight loss industry, the whole thing is designed to market to our insecurities, to keep us stuck in the cycle, so we keep fucking paying it. Sorry, my French, my language. We keep paying into this thing. Some people don't mind swearing, other people do. I don't know. I dropped the odd F-bomb here and there. So if you're new to my world, disclaimer, I guess. I'm just really passionate about this, obviously. But they market to our insecurities to stay stuck in the cycle, so we keep trying new things, and then at the end of the day, we think that we're the ones that are broken, flawed, don't have any willpower, are not good enough, and all that kind of stuff. And so what we have to fundamentally understand is you're amazing, you're perfect, you're just doing the wrong things because you're consuming, these messages that are telling you that you're not good enough, you're not skinny enough, you're not worthy enough, you're not whatever, insert here enough. And so what we need to do is understand that there's another way to do this, and it's not through restriction, it's not through pills, shakes, all of that kind of stuff. And so what I'm going to do today is I'm going to teach you not only how to stop binge eating, but how to actually release weight in a sustainable way. We have women who have lost, 75 pounds over the course of 6 months in a sustainable way, because they fundamentally learned how to use food for health and hunger and not be in that diet binge craziness. So that is my intention for today. For those of you, I'm seeing you guys roll in. Oh, cool. There's chat and stuff. Amazing. What's up, Nikki Wolf, Shelby, Lindsay? What's up? So cool. Where am I going to start? For those of you who just came on, be sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the bells so you'll get videos every single Thursday. For those of you who've worked with me previously, why don't you put in the chat box? Let's see. I'm going to give you some homework. Those women who are already in the society. Tell me what it's like to finally feel at home in your body and end the fight with food. For those of you listening who've worked with me before, put that in there so the other people can see that this stuff is actually possible. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to teach you 3 things you need to know to end binge eating. I have a formula called the Phoenix formula, which is a 7-step process that takes somebody from unaware state, fighting food, hating their body, using food as a drug, into a fully aware state, being able to integrate back in their body, use food for health and hunger. And so today I'm going to talk to you about 3 of those elements of that formula. And I hope everyone has, in my like quirky little emails, I was like, make sure you bring a journal and a pen. So please make sure you have a journal and your pen. If not, like go grab like, I don't know, some scrap paper or whatever. I'm going to be giving you a ton of content. Well, actually, or you can just rewatch this because it's going to live on YouTube for probably the rest of the world until the internet dies. I don't know. But so take notes or watch this again. But I'm going to be like fire hosing you with a whole bunch of content. So please make sure you write it all down. And here's my ask. If I can ask one thing of you, it's really important to me that you create transformation at the deepest level. And watching this for an hour and consuming the information is amazing. And I'm so happy you're here. However, in order to create sustainable transformation, we have to feel it in our bodies and we have to integrate it into our bodies. So oftentimes my woman will say to me, Sam, I know how to do everything, but it's just not working. And that's why I feel so stuck. And write in the chat box, if that's you, let me know. Be like, yes, that's me. Why is that? Is because the majority of the women that I work with are very up in their head, disconnected mind and body, head and heart, just like a walking head. And they're trying to think their way out of this diet binge situation. They're trying to think their way out of binge eating. We can't do that. I'm going to write this down. You need to feel in order to heal. And so it's not good enough for you to understand what I'm saying because you're going to log off this webinar and you're going to go, okay, cool, Sam, sounds good. Everything you said like made sense. But what I'm most interested in is actually seeing change in you, whether we work together or not, or it doesn't matter to me. But what's important to me is that you actually see change from the things that I'm saying. And so I would invite you to just take one thing that I say today, just one, and actually integrate it rather than being like, oh, that's cool, right? It's like when we read a book. We can read all the books in the world, but unless we take action, we integrate and we do something with that knowledge, it's just knowledge, right? We want to create wisdom with this, okay? That's my invitation to you. Please hold. I was feeling a little tired about an hour and a half ago. For those of you who watched my Instagram story, I was like, I need some coffee before I do this. So like, I think it kicked in. I'm feeling pretty energized. Okay, so first things first. First step, I want you to write down presence. Presence. Presence is one of those things that is talked about a lot, however, not done a lot. Like the whole concept of just simply being mindful. Presence, like really being in the moment. I want you to understand that it is impossible to binge eat when we're in the moment. It's impossible to binge eat when we're in the moment. Binge eating is created by our thoughts that go unmonitored, that we're not present to, right? Which then creates feelings of inadequacy, shame, guilt, stress, whatever it is, that then creates the behavior. And so when we're present and we're not allowing those negative thoughts to turn into feelings, when we're not allowing those negative thoughts to turn into feelings, what happens? We get to shift the thoughts so it doesn't create the feelings, and therefore the behavior does not happen. And we only can do that through being present. And so I want you to take a second here, and I want you just to take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. My nose is itchy. Sorry, in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I just want you to take a second and just feel in your body, feel for any emotions or sensations that are going on in your body. And then I just want you to look around the room and I want you to notice all of the shades of gray in the room that you're in right now. Just look around and notice all the shades of gray. And now I want you to look around that same room, obviously, and notice all of the shades of red, any shade of red. And I just want you to focus on just this moment, understanding that you are exactly where you need to be right here in this moment. And just feel the difference in your body just from being present with what is right here, right now. Perfect. We are conditioned. This is not our natural state, but we're so conditioned to go, 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 go constantly that we forget to just be. I want you to write this down. We're human beings, not human doings. We're human beings. We're human beings. We need to be more. Like that is where the power is. But we live in this world where everything's so go, 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 quick, force, push, go, go. And we're constantly doing. I want you to write in the comments if this is you. Just say, yes, this is me. Write in the comments and let me know if that's you. Because what we have to fundamentally understand is when we are not in a state of being, we're disconnected from our bodies, which is where all the wisdom comes in. And so it's our mind that decides to binge eat. It's not our bodies. It's our mind, right? And so it's interesting because then we shame our bodies, right? Fat shame our bodies. I'm too fat. I'm too this. I'm too whatever. I hate my body, yada, yada. Well, it wasn't your body that made that decision to binge eat. It was your mind, right? And so when we overeat, essentially what's happening is we're treating our body like a trash can. We're like, I'm not gonna, like, I don't really care. I'm gonna overeat. And so literally we're turning our body into a trash can when we do that. And that's not our body asking for it. That's our mind deciding that that's what it is. And so let's go back to presence for a moment. Why is it that we binge eat? Why is it that we binge eat? We binge eat because it's a vice. It's a coping mechanism. Food is the number one most acceptable and readily available drug on the freaking planet. That's it. That's it. And so when we are experiencing an emotion in our body that we don't want to experience, may that be pain, stress, anxiety, overwhelm, exhaustion, whatever it is, the easiest thing we know is like, boom, I know if I go into the freezer right now at 2 o'clock in the morning and I eat all of this ice cream, this will make the emotion go away. Does it temporarily? Yeah, temporarily until, boom, the next day you wake up feeling shameful, guilty, plotting out your next plan to restrict and plotting out your next diet. And when we restrict our calories, we just end up binge eating anyway because binge eating is a physical reaction to deprivation. So when we deprive ourselves, we binge eat. That's how it works. And so we have to understand this. It's this that's making the decision. Why? Because we've decided that we can't handle the pain that's happening in our body. We've decided that. We're like, there's pain in my body, there's anxiety in my body, and I've decided that I don't want to feel that anymore. And I know that food takes that away. I know the food takes that away for a moment, for like a hot 5 minutes, right? And so because we've decided that, that's our addiction. Like we're literally addicted to it because we're addicted to numbing pain. And if you look at pain in our world, may that be physical pain or emotional pain, we're always trying to get rid of it.
right? And so, you know, a little child who is on a bike and falls down, scrapes his knee, comes into his house, runs, and like, Mom, I scraped my knee, I'm bleeding. And she's like, oh my God, let's take it away, let's fix it, it's not good, let's put a Band-Aid on it, whatever it is. And then emotional pain, if someone's crying, it's like, don't cry, it's okay, everything's gonna be okay, don't cry. What if we just allowed ourselves to experience pain? I'm going to talk about emotional pain versus physical pain, but what if we allowed ourselves to experience pain? And we did not numb it. We did not suppress it. We did not distract ourselves. We did not overwork. We did not go on social media, drink, do drugs, or binge eat. What if we just allowed the pain to be there? I want you just to think about that for a moment. Why do we experience pain in the first place? Why do we experience pain in the first place? What is it? It's our body trying to communicate to us that something is out of alignment. It's our body trying to communicate to us that something is out of alignment. And so, when we numb the pain, what are we doing? We're denying an opportunity to actually heal, right? So our body doesn't communicate to us through words. If it did, that'd be great. Everyone would be happy, right? But it doesn't. It communicates through pain. And so when we decide that pain is bad and we need to numb it through food, we're missing the lesson. All pain in the body is like, hey, something's out of alignment. Something's not quite right. And so when I was in my diet depression, I would feel an incredible amount of anxiety constantly. I would literally like open my eyes in the morning and just be like, and I wouldn't puke, but I would just be like, ah, like I just felt so anxious constantly felt anxious. And so because of that, I would use food to numb that emotion. And because I use food to numb that emotion and I was terrified of getting fat, I would then restrict. And I was in this like vicious cycle of like diet, binge. And so all my body was doing in that moment and in that, well, not moment, it was 4 years, but what my body was doing during that 4 years was it was trying to tell me, Sam, you're not living in alignment. You're not living in alignment. There's something that needs to change. And I was living in England at the time. I was in a relationship that I should not have been in. I was not following my truth, not following my passion. I was sacrificing everything to be with this boy who I probably shouldn't even have been with, you know, anyways, or maybe not that, but you know, it wasn't the healthiest, most aligned relationship that I could have been in, and everything in my body was telling me that. And so rather than like sitting, you know, in the society, which is our group program, I always say sitting in the shit, right? Rather than me sitting in the shit, I was scared of it. I was scared of experiencing emotional pain. I was scared that if I actually felt the pain, that the pain would overwhelm my body. And so I want you to write this down. Your body's not going to give you anything you can't handle, right? You're so safe to feel in a safe environment, in a safe container. And so understanding that the pain is the portal to your truth, the pain is the portal to healing, it changes so much. It changes so much. And so changing our relationship to pain is such a door to freedom. It's such a door to freedom. And so the mindset I have, and I coach all of my women in our society program to have, is allow pain to be your friend. Like when you have pain in your body, rather than judging it and going like, oh, I'm so weak or I'm not good enough or whatever it is, ask yourself, what is out of alignment? What are you trying to communicate to me? Like, can we love the part of us that's in pain? Can we? Because when we do, we heal it, right? What we resist persists. And so if we're constantly resisting pain, it's going to persist. It's just going to keep coming up and keep coming up and keep coming up. And so asking yourself, what is the lesson? What is the lesson here? What is trying to emerge through me? What is trying to communicate? How is my body trying to communicate with me? And even as simple as that, we're able to like open up so much possibility. We're able to open up so much conversation when we fundamentally change the judgment into compassion and curiosity. And so now on a day-to-day basis, when I'm going throughout my day, That's how I go throughout my day. I just do this little running man, and I get like a wave of anxiety, which I still get. Rather than going, there's something wrong, I need to numb this, or I need to get rid of this. The conversation turns into, cool. Cool. My body is trying to communicate something to me. What is that? What's my body trying to communicate to me? So I'll slow down, right? A lot of us, as I mentioned, go constantly, right? Slow the freak down just a little bit. I'll slow down. I'll get curious. Cool. Okay. So I'm feeling this anxiety, and a lot of times I'll just talk it out, because that's really helpful for me. I'm like, okay, I'm experiencing anxiety. I feel it like right there, like boom, right in my, like below my, I put my overalls in the washer, and I had essential oils in them, and then my essential oils went all over my overalls, which is why I didn't drool on myself, I promise you, and I'm not lactating. That's essential oils. Just wanted to make that clear. You guys are like, what the heck's on your overalls? Why do I have two fingers up? What was I talking about? See what happens? Okay, right. No, I got it. So so slow down, get curious about it. What is that pain? What is this pain trying to teach me here? What is going on? And then, how can I best take care of myself right now? How can I best take care of myself right now? And it doesn't mean going fast and numbing and distracting and food and all of this kind of stuff. It's like, it just means like coming back into our body, loving the part of us that's in pain, loving the part of us that's in pain. You know, our only job on this planet is to heal our bodies. That's it. Our bodies need to be healed through love, through acceptance, through all of that. We just need to come back to our bodies. But the issue is, we're so disconnected, mind and body, head and heart. We're just disassociated. There's two pieces that are just working against each other. Like, for the longest time, I didn't trust my body at all, and my body didn't trust me at all, because I was such an asshole to my body. You know, I would restrict it. I wouldn't listen to it. It would give me like intuitive hits, and I'd be like, you're wrong. I'm going to do what I think is right. And I dug myself into such a place where I was like literally feeling so depressed and anxious constantly, and it was percolating into every single area of my life. And so we need to change our relationship to pain. And the only way we can fundamentally do that is through being present. We cannot do that without being present. We have to acknowledge what is fundamentally going on. Whew! All right, I'm just checking the old live chat here. Cool. Branches 1956 says, okay, I am not watching this tonight. Having trouble not loading. Can you guys just let me know if you can hear me and it's all good? I'm not sure, Branches 1956, what's happening, but I'm sorry you can't hear me. I think we're good. Okay, great. Let's just keep rocking. Let's keep rocking and rolling. So the second thing is connection, right? As I mentioned, we need to connect back into our bodies. We're so disconnected, head and heart, mind and body. We need to connect back into our bodies. What does that mean? That means feeling our emotions. And we heal through feeling. And so I want you to write this down. I will heal binge eating when I feel my emotions. We need to feel in order to heal. And so when we're caught up and we're just all up in our heads and we're trying to think our way out of it, or analyze our way out of it, or diet our way out of it, or read books and try and figure it out, it's not going to work. We need connection. So connection creates communication. When we have communication with our body, we're able to heal it. Because our body will speak to us. Our body has a language. It just is not English. It communicates to us through feelings and through sensations. And so we are just the space that all of this exists in. We're just the space. So there's the pain, the anxiety, the joy, all of it. And we're just the space. And so we can't identify with these feelings. Something I hear constantly from the women that I work with is, I am anxious. I'm anxious. I'm anxious. I'm anxious. And I'm like, no, you're not. You're not anxious. You are just experiencing a sensation of anxiety. And so I want you guys to really understand the difference there. You're experiencing a sensation of anxiety. You are not the emotion. If you think you're the emotion and you identify so closely with the emotion, you can't disconnect from it. But when we can observe that the emotion is happening within the space, we go, okay, cool. I'm observing that is anxiety in my body, and I'm also observing that I'm not anxiety. I'm just observing the anxiety that exists within my body. How's that for a little bit of a trip? But this is the thing, right? It's like emotions are we are not our emotions, just like we're not our thoughts. We're not our emotions, just like we're not our thoughts. And so when we understand that anxiety is something that comes and goes, and if we identify with it, our mind is going to create stories around why it's true. So if you say, I am anxious, what's your mind going to do? Your mind is going to literally find reasons as to why that is true for you. And so whatever story we put in our minds, our mind is going to find reasons as to why it's true. So if you say, I'm freaking awesome, your mind is going to find reasons as to why that's true. But fundamentally, this comes down to like core beliefs. Like, I am unworthy. If that is your core belief, your mind is going to find reasons as to why that's true. That's just what's going to happen. Your mind's going to find reasons as to why that's true. And so when we recognize that that's a core belief that we have, and we learn to shift the core belief, our mind is going to do the same thing. It's going to find reasons as to why I am worthy is true. And so through connection, we're able to feel our emotions. Through connection, we're able to understand what is really going on an emotional level with our core beliefs, with our beliefs about ourselves, with our feelings, with everything. Without being in our bodies, we really don't have much connection to what is going on. It just feels like a chaotic disaster. That's what it felt like for me. I'll speak for myself. My body literally felt like a chaotic disaster. I was scared to so let me just say, everything that I'm talking about, I was scared to do. So if you're listening to this and you're going, Sam, like, that's cray-bene, that's crazy, I don't know how I'm ever gonna do that, I want you to know that that was the position that I was in. Like, I was like, I'm so confused what being in my body actually is. Like, I don't understand what he's talking about. I had a mentor at the time. I was like, I don't understand what he's talking about. Like, being in your body, feeling your intuition, feeling what? I'm so confused. As long as you have an intention of, I am going to fully understand what being in my body actually feels like, and that's your intention that you have, you are going to win. When you are constantly fighting against your body, it's a downhill battle. And so even if you have no connection to your body, to your intuition, maybe you don't even know what an intuition is and you've never felt it, which was totally, I was in that boat for years. I literally convinced myself, I'm like, I don't have an intuition. Like, I don't know what this like intuition thing is that everyone keeps talking about, because I definitely don't have one of those. And that's okay. Like, I want you to accept and be okay with wherever you are, because it's not the fact that you can't do it. You just haven't yet. And so whenever my women in the society say to me, Sam, I can't do that, or whatever it is, I was like, is it you can't do that, or is it you just haven't done that yet? And I'm pretty sure it's going to be the latter, right? It's not that I can't go to the moon. I just haven't done that yet. I probably will. That actually sounds like a good idea. Maybe I'll put that on my vision board. But anything, right? Anything. It's not that I can't give birth. I just haven't done it yet. I totally can. That I will do one day for sure. Just not for like a hot minute, because I've got this baby called Hungry for Happiness that's like a 3-year-old that needs a lot of my attention. So maybe when that child is, 10 and is self-sufficient, then I'll have like actual humans. That'd be fun. So yeah. So what first step, presence. Presence. Second step, changing our relationship that we have to pain. And the third step is connection. And so it's not that you can't do this, it's you haven't yet. And so I want you to write down visceral intelligence. I would spell it out for you, but I'm not even sure how to spell visceral, so just give it a shot. That's what spell check's for, right? For those of you who like get my emails, how many spelling mistakes are in them? A lot, maybe. Actually, I hired someone to help me with that now, so maybe not as much as before. But you know, when I'm writing emails to you guys, I just like write as I talk. You know, as if you're like sitting next to me. I'm just like, ah. So there we go. Visceral intelligence. So what we need to fundamentally feel out and understand is the difference between an emotional hunger cue and a physical hunger cue. So I want you to write those two things down. Emotional hunger cue, physical hunger cue. And a visceral yes and a visceral no. So I want you to write down those two things. Old school Mom Sally J. King. That's a freaking great name. Old school Mom Sally J. King. That's amazing. Tell me what feels daunting. I know this feels daunting. Trust me. I was there for years. This took me literally 3 years to try and figure out all of this stuff. Old school Mom Sally J. King. However, I want you to just be okay with the fact that it feels daunting. Be okay with it. Like, if you were 100% okay with it feeling daunting, what would that be like? Nina Art. There we go. Awesome. All right, guys. Wonderful. So, visceral intelligence. Old school Mom Sally J. King. You're 53 and fought with it your whole life. Girl, yeah. It's a thing. Like I said, my oldest client is 74 years old, and she was, you know, struggling with it for like literally 60 years. 60 years. That's crazy. It's never too late to end the battle with food in your body. It's never too late to end the battle with food in your body. Ever. And it is the most freeing thing in the entire world to finally be done with the struggle, to finally release the... Because here's the thing. Old school Mom Sally J, or whatever it is. I love that name. It's not that you can't do it. You absolutely 100% can. But as humans, sometimes we like to be addicted to the struggle. And when I say that, a lot of people are like, Sam, what are you talking about? That's not me. But yeah, I was addicted to struggling. You know, I was like, this is just me. I just struggle with food. This is just what it is. And so I would encourage you to maybe see if that could maybe be true for you. I don't know. I think when we learn that this battle is not us and we have complete control to end it, we free ourselves from like the identification of the struggle. And so what's really cool, number one, it's like my ninja skill to help women get over the battle they have with food. It's like my favorite thing in the world. But the reason it's my favorite thing in the world is not necessarily because of, you know, the process it takes, but what literally lights me up to the point where I feel like a freaking firecracker is what women do after they end the battle with food in their body. So for instance, I had this woman in the society, and she was struggling with food in her body for so long, and all she wanted to do was pursue her dreams of running events and running retreats. And she wrote, when people join the society, which is our 6-month group coaching program, I get them to write a letter. I'm like, I want you to write a letter from your future self to who you are today. And I want you to write down all the changes that have happened in the 6 months and how different you are. And so this particular woman, she wrote down that once she ends the battle, she'll do a live event, a retreat. And it was so cool. And she wrote in her letter that she would have me speak at it. And I flew out there 2 weeks ago to Toronto I live in San Diego. So San Diego to Toronto, that's a hell of a way. But I wanted to be there and experience her because what lights me up more than anything in the whole world is seeing women come alive and find their power again once they stop struggling with food in their bodies. It is literally the coolest thing in the entire world. So what we have to understand, going back to visceral intelligence, is emotional hunger cue, physical hunger cue. Emotional hunger cue is the pain in our body. the pain in our body that we experience that needs to be healed through us, because nothing outside of ourselves can heal the emotional pain in our body. As soon as we try and externalize an internal problem, we're going to stay stuck in the cycle. And so when we have that internal pain and internal issue, and we put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound with, you know, a diet or a meal plan, or we I don't know, consume ourselves with something else, we're not actually addressing the issue. And here's the thing. Binge eating has nothing to do with the food. Binge eating has nothing to do with the food. I wish I could just repeat myself a million times and just tell you a million times. Binge eating has nothing to do with the food. It is not a food issue. It's an emotional issue. But the problem is people see binge eating as a food issue. And so they try and put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound and externalize an internal issue. We can't do that. We just stay stuck in the cycle. And so when people come to me and they say, Sam, I have a food issue. I've been dealing with this for years. I've tried everything. They haven't tried anything emotional. And as soon as they go into the society and they figure it out and they figure out what the root cause is, they heal their relationship to food. I know there's some women in here tonight watching. Thank you for being here. I love you all, who have done exactly that. Actually, Shelby, who's in here, I think I saw you. She was the lady who lost 75 pounds, not through dieting and restricting, but through addressing the emotional weight. Shelby, if you're in here, just give us another little holler. Oh, yeah, there we go. I was 60 when oh, hey, Shelby, what's up? I was 60 when I found Sam and now free of the food addiction. If I can do it, anyone can. Yeah, Shelby, you're freaking awesome. She's lost 75 pounds. She looks amazing. But it's just so incredible. You know, it's so incredible what can happen when we finally surrender, we finally let go of the struggle, and we fundamentally learn how our bodies work. Because the goal is to use food for health and hunger and not use it for emotional reasons. And so when we can step out of that, weight loss becomes a result of doing that, not the focus. And so going back to how the weight loss industry is messed up is they want to keep us in the cycle. They want to keep us stuck because they want to market to our insecurities and keep selling diet plans to us. And so it's really important that we take a stand for ourselves and understand that everything when it comes to weight loss, we need to address emotions first. So my vision is when people are like, I need to lose weight, rather than thinking diets, pills, shakes, they think emotions, because it's emotionally driven. There's a very small percentage that there's health concerns, and that's not my realm with the various genetics and things like that. But the majority of the reason why the world is overweight and overwhelmed is emotional. And we like to, I call it polished turds. We like to polish turds. We like to pretend that doesn't exist. But the moment we're real with ourselves, the moment we understand that this is an emotional issue, we get to heal it, and it creates a sustainable transformation rather than putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. Shelby, Aaron. Woo! Laura E. Is that the Laura E. that has recently joined the society? If so, what's up, sister? How's it going? Aaron Cole and I. Thanks for being here, girl. Isn't that past your bedtime? Oh, no, it's only 8:45 where you are. So it's a complex issue. Binge eating is a complex issue, and we are never, as long as you try and fix it, you're not a problem that needs to be fixed, let me tell you that. But as soon as you try and heal it through dieting, restriction, whatever it is, you're going to stay stuck in the cycle because it is an emotional issue. So we need to treat emotional issues with emotional solutions. And so I want you to take one thing. Actually, first of all, I want to just do one little thing. So I want everyone to understand. I want everyone to have like a feeling of what this is. And so when I was talking about the visceral yes and the visceral no, I just want everyone to try something with me. So just play with me for a moment. I want you to experience what this feels like. And so I want you to take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And I want you to close your eyes for a moment. Close your eyes. And I want you to ask yourself a definite yes question. Am I watching this workshop? Is my name Sam? Am I wearing a jumpsuit? Whatever question is definitely yes for you. I want you to ask yourself that question over and over again, and just feel the expansion in your body. Feel the expansion in your body. What does that feel like? So just ask yourself that a few times and just feel for what that feels like. What does that feel like in your body? That definite yes question. And now I want you to do the same thing, but for the no. So I want you to ask yourself a definite no question. Is my name Susie? Am I wearing a dress? Do I live in New York? Whatever is like a definite no question. And I want you to feel that answer in your body, not in your mind, in your body. How does your body respond to a definite no question? How does your body respond to a definite no question? And now I want you to ask the question back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and just feel the visceral difference in your body between a yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. I want you to go ahead and do that now for me. Beautiful. And I just want you to open your eyes and type in the chat box just the difference between the two feelings. A lot of times women will come to me and they say, Sam, I just don't trust myself. I just don't trust myself. And the reason being is because potentially you have a track record of all the things you did wrong to not trust yourself. And you were like, you're trying, when you think about trusting yourself, you're trying to trust the part of you that has let you down in the past. And what we have to fundamentally understand is we have these bodies, these vessels that can guide us every single step of the way. You can literally trust your body to make any decisions for you. I wrote a post on Facebook today. And I said, I make very few of the decisions I make throughout my life now are logical decisions, because I literally know my body knows way better than my mind does. And so the majority of the decisions that I make are from my body. I check in with my body first and I go, is this the right thing for me? Is this in alignment? Is this on path with me? Versus, I don't know what I should do. Should I do it? Should I not do it? Blah, blah. And I making a pros and cons list and getting all logical and up in your minds. Drop into your body and get the answer from your body first. So I mentioned at the beginning of this webinar that I want you to integrate one thing from this hour that we're hanging out together. And if it's just this one thing, go do that. The power in understanding how your body works on a visceral level is freaking amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. And so if you just walk away with one thing today, that would be it. Okay, so I wanted to do a little recap. First things first. First things first. I'm the realist. No, that's not the first thing. The first thing is presence. We cannot binge eat when we are present. We can't binge eat when we are present. And so the first thing I want you to understand is we have to be present. Have to be present. The second thing is fundamentally changing the relationship we have to pain. When we think pain is a bad thing that needs to be numbed, we're going to use food to numb it, and therefore we're not going to get the lesson that the pain is delivering. So that's the second thing. The third thing is connection. We need to be connected, mind and body, head and heart. We need to listen. We need to feel out for our emotions. We need to figure out the difference between an emotional hunger cue and a physical hunger cue. And we need to honor our bodies. We need to honor our bodies. We need to listen. We need to feel into our bodies. That's the third thing. And so I highly just want to invite you to try out the visceral yes and the visceral no feeling in your body. So I want to share with you guys, first of all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for hanging out with me. I love you all so much. Whether I've worked with you before or I know you or I don't know you or whatever it is, I'm so literally obsessed with my community. Thank you for being here. If this is your first time on the channel, be sure to hit the old subscribe button and hit the bell. There's like this little bell. So tap the bell because the bell will give you notifications for when I do videos. I'm going to give you guys a video every single Thursday. every single Thursday starting next week. So this is the as my clothing just falls off me here. Every single Thursday, you'll be getting a video. What I love most is creating content that you guys actually want. So please, please, please let me know if there's a video that you want to create, because I will create one especially for you based on something that you're struggling with. I want this channel to be like the absolute hub of helping people who struggle with binge eating. And so if you know somebody who is struggling, please recommend this channel to them. I will be so forever grateful for it. My whole intention is to deliver high value content to people who are suffering in silence. And I think YouTube is a just awesome way of doing that, because people can get help from their homes. They don't have to, attend an awkward therapy session or like, go to those little like support groups that make you feel like you have an issue, because you don't. Here's another thing. You're not a problem that needs to be fixed, and you don't have an issue. You are a being of light and love. That's all you are, is this big freaking ball of light and love. And the things that you're struggling with are just learned behavior. It's not who you are. And so you don't have an issue. You're not an issue. You don't need to be fixed or anything. You're perfect. We just need to untangle all this shit that's causing you to not live in true alignment. So I want to share with you guys, if it's cool with you, I want to share with you the society. I talked about it a few times. There's a whole bunch of women in here who are in the society currently. I want to talk to you about it mainly because we are coming up to it. It's starting on November the 20th. The society is the Hungry for Happiness 6-month group coaching program. It's a journey. We get together as women. It's a journey to finally end the battle you have with food in your body. Ooh, Laura says she's reading my book and you're a couple chapters in. Thanks, Laura, for reading my book. So the society is our signature Hungry for Happiness group coaching program. It's a community of women from around the world who are ruthlessly committed to changing their lives and ending the battle with food in their bodies. And so I work with women who are just ruthlessly committed to their transformation. The society is not for people who want to like dip their toe in or put a Band-Aid on a bullet wound or like try it on for size. It's really not about that. For those of you who are in, oh, hey, Jenna, what's up, girl? For those of you who are in the society already, you'll know that it is, it's not a quick fix. It's not a Band-Aid on a bullet wound. We really get to the nitty gritty and figure out what needs to happen, and what needs to be healed on a visceral level. And so I would invite every single person watching this live, if this is something that you're actually struggling with and you want to end once and for all, go do that. Go apply. I'll put the application link in the chat box there. It's hungryforhappiness.com/society application. hungryforhappiness.com/society application. As I mentioned, my intention, one of the values that we have at Hungry for Happiness is connection and intimacy. And so I truly believe that together we heal. Together we heal. When we are in community with women and we all go, hey, you're struggling with this, so am I, and we stop socially isolating and we take down those barriers, we can truly begin to heal. And that is literally how it helps women. It is like you get into a community of women, you'll be paired up with a soul sister who will be your accountability partner for the entire program. The role of that person is to support you when you're going through challenges, to celebrate you when you're breaking through barriers. The goal of that connection is to really have that like felt sense support that sometimes we feel we're missing. And I know for myself, I'll speak for myself on this, I felt so alone in my struggle. I felt like I was all alone. I socially isolated myself. I didn't want to tell anybody. I was ashamed of it. It was scary. It was not cool. And if I had a community of women who supported me through that struggle and really held me up, I absolutely 100% know I would not have wasted as long as I did in that struggle. Thankfully, it was only 4 years for me of like being at the depths, being in my diet depression. But there's people who spent 10, 20, 30 years. Like, I want you to think for a second, the first time you struggled with food in your body, how old were you? And how old are you now? That number for a lot of people is like 30, 40 years. That's 30, 40 years of struggling with food in your body, waking up every single morning, hating your body, using food as a drug. Like that's just not how we're supposed to live, you know? Like, believe it or not, Humans are fundamentally wired for happiness. Wired for happiness. And so all of this struggling is learned behavior. We literally have learned how to struggle. Nina Art says, I was a child, now she's 41. 30 years, right? 35 years maybe. That's a long time. And my intention with the society is to give people to shorten your suffering time. Because all we're doing by trying to do this and trying to make this work and forcing our way through it is we're just prolonging our suffering. That's all we're doing. We're prolonging our suffering. And so when I can give you the system, which is it's called the Phoenix formula, which is our 7-step system. I'm going to give you the system. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you literally everything that's in my brain, everything that's in my body, and help you once and for all end the battle with food in your body. I'm going to give that to you because I suffered with it for 4 years, and I don't want you to suffer anymore because suffering friggin' sucks. And if I can have a part in you getting your life back, that makes me happy. I wake up every single morning so freaking happy. There's people in this chat box now who've been commenting, knowing that I've given people's lives back, that's freaking awesome. And it's not actually me that's doing it. I'm providing you the information and the community and the support to do it, and you're doing it yourself. And that's what's so beautiful about it. And so for those people who are wanting this, hungryforhappiness.com/society application. One thing I'll say is, Shelby says, the group of women you meet in the society are amazing to help you every step of the way. They do. Yeah, see, people have been struggling for 37 years, 40 years. Angela, guys, apply. The program is by application and invitation only. The reason why I do that is because I want to work with people who are ruthlessly committed to their transformation. I want to work with people who are I'm so done with this. I'm done with struggling. I'm over it. I don't want it a part of my life anymore. That's the kind of people I want to work with, who are just all in on their transformation. Because when you're all in on your transformation and I'm all in on helping you, we create magic. We create absolute magic. And so I'm so wanting to talk to you, and we'll hop on a call together. We'll decide. We'll literally have a chat together. We'll decide if it's the perfect mutual fit. If you're hey, yeah, that sounds great, and I'm yeah, you sound like a great fit for it, then we'll dance, we'll play, we'll have fun. And so that's my intention for you. The society is not for everybody. I'm not gonna lie. The society is not for everybody. A lot of people still want to put band-aids on bullet wounds and still be stuck in the diet cycle, and that's okay. I always say, I'll see you in a year. I'll see you when you don't want to do that anymore. So it's really about being at the right time for you to be I'm so done with this. I'm over it. I know in my heart that this suffering and this struggling needs to end. And so, yeah. So if you're feeling called to it, I would love to talk to you about it. hungryforhappiness.com / whatever that is, / thing is, society application. I put the link in the comments. So I would love to talk to you. Lindsay says, I agree, Erin. The society is life-changing, and the women in the society are so unbelievable. It's putting on new glasses on to see the world. Oh, you're so sweet. Lindsay's one of my girls who's been absolutely rocking this year with the society. I just can't even believe who you've become, who you always were, that you got to rediscover. It's been so amazing seeing her transform and seeing her just really get her life back. You make me so happy on a regular basis. Laura says, is the society only on Facebook? No, it's not. For those of you who don't have Facebook, Facebook's not a necessary part of it. It's a wonderful, because then you get to chat in the community. But you'll have a membership site, so you'll have the video modules in your membership site. You'll have we do weekly webinars where you'll hop on a call with me. We do Q&A, we do meditations, we have fun, we laugh a lot. We last night was a little crazy. Last night we were talking about sex jokes and all sorts of things, but generally speaking, we talk about the content. But we laugh a lot. We have a lot of fun. My value one of my biggest values in my life and in my business is play and fun. And so I like to have a lot of fun and I like to play. I truly believe that when we are in that energy of fun and play, that's when we're learning the most. And especially when we're dealing with something like binge eating, which tends to have a lot of shame and guilt around it. If we can just understand that, like, we can laugh about this kind of stuff, you know? And it's funny because it's like we all deal with it. We're all dealing with this like weird food stuff. Like, let's just like laugh about like our weird behaviors, because through that we get to heal. And I firmly believe there's no such thing as adults. We're just grown up children. I really believe that. I think there's like these inner children in all of us right now, and we're in these adult bodies. So we think that we can't play and we can't do all these things, but we can and we should, and it's so beautiful when we do. And so that's one of my values, and I bring that into the society a lot, mainly because I run the society and I love to play. So everybody plays. No, but really, it's really a beautiful part of how we do things, and we have a lot of fun at the live events as well. We do a lot of playing then as well. So the society is kicking off November the 20th. We are nearly full for this round. So if this is something that you want to be a part of, go apply tonight and book a call with me. We'll have a chat. We'll talk about if it's a fit for you. I would love to chat with you, whether or not it's a fit or not. It just warms my heart to be able to talk to my community. And so if we work together now or we don't, getting to know you means a lot to me. And so if we can just have that time and we can chat and I can help you with whatever you're struggling with, and we even don't work together, that's cool with me too. Like, that's not wasted time for me. That's actually really important time for me, because it means that eventually one day you'll change your life by something that I said, whether that's with me or with someone else or whatever. Connection and intimacy, as I said, is so important to me. So go apply now. Go check out that application form, hungryforhappiness.com/society application. Go check that out. Go apply tonight. Book a call. We'll have a chat. We'll make sure it's the perfect fit for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, you guys. It's been so much fun. You guys are amazing. I am so grateful for everyone who follows me. I'm so grateful for being able to have this space on YouTube where I can share my content and I can share myself and I can be my fullest express version of myself while delivering high value content to you guys. And so that's truly my intention for YouTube. So if this is your first time on this channel, be sure to subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notifications, so you know when I drop the videos, which will be every single Thursday morning. You'll get a new video based on something to do with food and body and personal development, spiritual development. And so 2018 for me is going to be all about creating this community, building up this platform, giving you guys as much content as possible so I can truly help you transform everything when it comes to the relationship you have with food in your body. So thank you for allowing me to be your guide in doing that. If you have any questions whatsoever, please type them in the comments below. I'm very active on all of my social media platforms. And so Instagram, at Samantha Skelly, or at Hungry for Happiness. I'm on both of them. Facebook, hop onto our mailing list. Whatever you need to do to like get involved in our community, please do that. I'm active on everything. I try to read, respond, comment to every single everything. So yeah, I just love hearing from you guys. It's like my favorite thing. So I love you. Thank you so much for being here. It means the world to me that you took time out of your day today and you're hanging out with me and you're searching for a way to end this battle. And if I can be that person for you to help guide you there, that would make me so happy. And I would love if we hopped on the call together and chatted. So have a beautiful rest of your evening, and we'll chat to you soon.